The 15 versus the 30-year mortgage. Who wouldn't want to have their home paid off in 15 less years? But can you afford it? What other financial ramifications should you consider? What are the advantages or disadvantages of one or the other? Let's start with some basics. A 30-year mortgage will give you a lower payment compared to a 15-year mortgage, but with the 15-year mortgage, you'll pay significantly less interest over the life of the loan. So, even with the lower payments of a 30-year mortgage, you'll spend considerably more money over time. Let's look at an example. Let's assume that you're financing $200,000 and you can obtain a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage today at 4.5%, and you can obtain a 15-year fixed-rate mortgage for a rate of 3.75%. In this example, the principal and interest payment for the 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is $1,013.37, and the principal and interest payment for the 15-year mortgage is $1,454.44. This is a difference of $441.07. Now, this may surprise you, as many people mistakenly think that the payment on a 15-year mortgage is double that of the 30-year mortgage. But in this example, the difference in monthly payment is only 43.5%. So, if you can afford the higher monthly payment, is the 15-year mortgage the smarter financial choice? Unfortunately, the answer is not straightforward, as there are several considerations a borrower should think about. First is budget. Just because you may be able to afford a higher payment on paper, if your budget is too tight, it could prove to be problematic down the road. Do you have money in savings? If a spouse was to get injured or lose a job, could you still make the house payment? Would stretching on your house payment impact your ability to save for retirement? Are you at a spot in life where a fixed income could impact your ability to make higher payments on the 15-year mortgage? These are the types of questions you should consider before locking yourself into a shorter term with a higher payment, especially considering your next option, turning your 30-year mortgage into a 15-year mortgage. With the magic of prepayment, anyone can shorten the term of their existing mortgage and have it paid off in a specific period. Looking back at our previous example, the monthly principal and interest payment for the 30-year mortgage at a rate of 4.5% was $1,013.37. Now, to pay that same loan off in 15 years, the borrower would simply need to pay $1,529.99 per month, with the additional $516.62 being applied as a principal reduction. Now, you may wonder, why would I want to pay $1,529.99 per month to pay a loan off if I could pay the same loan off by paying $1,454.44 per month using the lower interest rate of the 15-year term? The first part of this answer is flexibility. You see, with the 15-year term, the borrower has no flexibility on the monthly payment. With the 30-year term, if something unforeseen happens, the borrower always has the option to drop back to the lower payment required by the 30-year term. This can provide peace of mind. You also always have the option to catch back up later by increasing the amount you pay in future payments. The second part of this answer is a bit more difficult to explain, but it's just as important. We just identified that you could turn this 30-year mortgage into a 15-year mortgage for an additional $75.55 per month. And then we talked about some of the reasons why you may want to consider doing that. But now I'm really going to confuse you. When is $75.55 per month not really $75.55 per month? Confused? Well, I don't blame you. And this is where I'm going to go deep and explain to you why this difference isn't as great as it seems. It has to do with the way a mortgage is amortized and the amount of interest that you pay. The reason this is important is because mortgage interest may be tax deductible. Therefore, you must consider the tax implications of the two loans. Now, it's important to note that over time, tax brackets change, as do various tax deductions. So what makes sense today could change tomorrow, and your actual benefit could get better or worse. Looking back at our previous example, if you were to borrow $200,000 for 15 years at 3.75%, assuming you make each payment on time, you will repay $61,800.08 in interest over the next 15 years. If we look at the amortization of the 30-year mortgage, after 180 payments, which is 15 years, you will have repaid $114,874.72 in interest. This difference of $53,074.64 in additional interest based on the 30-year amortization provides additional tax deductibility you don't get from the 15-year 15-year mortgage. Now, if you're a borrower in the 25% tax bracket, this totals an additional tax benefit over the next 15 years of $13,268.66, or to break it down further, a tax benefit of $73.71 per month. If we look at these same numbers for someone in the 33% tax bracket, the additional tax benefit over the next 15 years totals $17,514.63, or broken down further, a tax benefit of $97.30 per month. What this clearly illustrates is the importance of looking at the big picture when considering what mortgage is the correct choice, and not simply focusing on the interest rate or term. Earlier, I asked the question, why would you want to take out a 30-year mortgage at a higher interest rate and pay the 30-year loan back over 15 years? Why would a borrower want to pay an additional $75.55 per month? After tax considerations, we now understand how $75.55 per month isn't really $75.55 per month. In fact, depending upon your tax bracket, paying an additional $75.55 each month may actually save you money over the life of your mortgage once you factor in the tax benefit. This is one of the reasons so many financial advisors recommend the 30-year mortgage over the 15-year mortgage to their clients who can afford the payment difference. Another option your financial advisor may recommend is investing the difference in monthly payment between the 30 and 15-year term. Now, this provides you with an investment which may eventually be used to pay off the property early while providing you with the additional tax benefits of the 30-year term. That strategy may be riskier as investment returns can vary, and an investment in your mortgage by prepaying provides a guaranteed rate of return. Additionally, the interest savings you receive from prepaying your mortgage are not taxable, where the money earned from investments may be. In fact, using our previous example, prepaying a mortgage with an interest rate of 4.5% nets a guaranteed return of 5.29% when compared to an investment with a 15% capital gains tax rate. At Prime Lending, we recommend including your financial and tax advisors in a mortgage decision like this, and our professional loan officers will work with you and your advisors to ensure that you choose the right loan after taking into consideration the factors that you will likely encounter in the future. For more information on this or any other mortgage-related topic, please reach out to your Prime Lending loan officer.